Hi children of grade 8, I welcome you all for the today's English class. Today in this session we are going to see grammar unit chapter 8 verbs from our grammar part. Children, before getting into the chapter, let us know about Children, let's see about the detailed study of verbs and about the types, transitive and intransitive verbs in this chapter. Children, let's see about transitive and intransitive verbs in a video. Today, we are going to learn transitive and intransitive verbs. Verbs are divided into two main types. Without a further go, let's get started. Children, let's recall and quickly remember about what we have already learned about the subject, object and verb. Let's understand it with the example. Rubina is eating pizza. Here, who is the door of the action? Rubina. So, Rubina is the subject here. And children, what is the action performed by Rubina? Eating. So, it is action, it is a verb. And what she is eating or who is at the receiver end? Pizza. So, it is an object. Children, please note, to identify any object, we use what or whom question. In this case, we use what to find out the object. Children, now you might have been clear about the subject, object and verb. Children, let's move into the main topic of today, that is transitive and intransitive verbs. What is a transitive verb? Transitive verb is an action that have a direct object to receive that action. So, it is an action word with a direct object. Let's see the sentence example for transitive verb. The man loved his children. Here, love is an action performed by the man. Here, the man is the subject in this case. And it has a receiver which is his children. As man is a subject who is doing the action of love. And it has a direct object, children. So, love is a transitive verb. Children, let's look at some more sentence example for transitive verb. The doctor cured him. Here in this sentence, cured is the action and him is the direct object. So, cured is the transitive verb. Let's look into next example. She crossed the street. Here, crossed is an action and street is the direct object. So, crossed is a transitive verb. Let's look into one more example to make things even clear. Rohan kicked the ball. Here, kicked is an action performed by Rohan. And ball is the direct object on which the action is performed. So, kicked is a transitive verb. Now, I think you have been clear about transitive verb. What is an intransitive verb? Intransitive verb is an action that doesn't have a direct object to receive that action. So, it is an action word without the direct object. Let's look into a sentence example for intransitive verb. Snow fell yesterday. Here, snow is the subject and fell is the action. But we cannot say the snow fell on whom. In other words, there is no direct object to receive the action. So, fell is an intransitive verb. Let's look into some more sentence example for intransitive verb. Here, the sentence is we failed. Here, failed is intransitive verb as there is no direct object linked with it. Let's see the next example here. The sentence is she is sleeping. Here, sleeping is an intransitive verb as there is no direct object linked with she. Let's look into one more example of intransitive verb to make things even clear. They work hard. Here also, work is intransitive verb as there is no direct object after the work. So I think now you are clear about intransitive verbs. So children, that's all about transitive and intransitive verbs. So children, let's revise one more time about what we discussed today. Firstly, we discussed what is meant by subject, object, and verb with an example. Then we discussed what is a transitive verb. It is an action verb with a direct object. At last, finally, we discussed about what is a intransitive verb. It is an action verb without any direct object. So that's all, children. We have discussed about transitive and intransitive verbs. Children, let's see in detail about transitive and intransitive verbs with some more examples and definition. Children, as we saw from the video, transitive verbs are action verbs that have an object to receive that action. Look at the examples given here. I bake some cookies. Here, bake is a transitive verb that which has the direct object cookies. Look at the second example given here. I ride the bicycle. Here, ride is the transitive verb which has the direct object bicycle. Look at the third one. I move the chair. Here, move is the transitive verb and that has the direct object chair. So, in these sentences, we have the transitive verbs along with the direct objects. So, they are known as transitive verbs. Let's move on to intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs are action verbs, but unlike transitive verbs, they do not have any object receiving the action. So, look at the example given here. I laugh. Here, laugh is an intransitive verb which doesn't have the direct object here. Then I cry. Here cry is the intransitive verb and which doesn't have any direct object here. The next sentence, the book falls. Here falls is the intransitive verb but it doesn't have direct object here. So intransitive verbs, they doesn't have direct objects in the sentences. So children, as I told you already, transitive verbs are used with a direct object. So see the examples here. He wrote a letter. So here wrote is a transitive verb with a direct object letter. Then next one, Jessica reads a book. Here Jessica is the subject, reads is a transitive verb and direct object is the book. So transitive verbs usually used with the direct object. So same thing in intransitive verb also, as I told you already, intransitive verbs are used without a direct object. See here, John is sleeping. Here, John is the subject, sleeping is the intransitive verb and there is no direct object here. So transitive or intransitive. Many verbs have two forms. I ate meat, transitive. I eat at 7 o'clock, intransitive. So this is known as transitive and intransitive verbs, children. So please do understand the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs, children. Let's see one more example for intransitive and transitive verbs. See here first one for intransitive. Look at the example given here. The pirates laughed heartily. Here, laughed is the intransitive verb and for what? There is nothing answer for that. So there is no direct object for laughed. So it is incomplete. So pirates laughed heartily. So there is no direct object. So then laughed is the intransitive verb. Look at the example for transitive verb. The pirates found the treasure. What the pirates found? The treasure. So here found is the transitive verb which has the direct object, the treasure. So a transitive verb transitions to an object to complete its meaning. So it gives complete meaning with the direct object. So then found is known as transitive verb. So this is what the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs, children. Children, next we are going to see the next topic, that is subject complement. and object complement. What is meant by complement? Let's see now. What is complement? A complement is a word or group of words added to complete an incomplete sentence. See the example for incomplete sentence. Our school janitor looks, Jessie is a. So, which are being completed by a complement. See here the completed sentence. Our school janitor looks exhausted. Jerry is a medical doctor. Exhausted and medical doctor are the complements. Now let's see what are the two types of complement. The first type of complement is subject complement and the second one is object complement. See the definition for subject and object complement. What is meant by subject complement? A noun that renames the subject. It can also be an adjective that describes the subject. Lastly, it succeeds the linking verbs which links it to its subject. Children, let's see the example for subject complement. Look at the first one. Andrea is a teacher. Here, teacher is a subject. Teacher is a noun which renames the subject Andrea in this sentence. So, teacher is the subject complement. Next sentence, she is intelligent. Here, intelligent is a adjective that describes the subject, she. So, intelligent is the subject complement here. The next sentence, she respected and admired by her students. It can be noticed here, respected and admire are the adjectives in the sentence are describing the subject she. So, respected and admired as subject complement. Let's now look on object complement. What is an object complement? Object complement can be a noun, adjective, or phrase which adds information about the direct object and also it succeeds the direct object in the sentence. Here comes the examples for object complement. Look at the first one. They call Andrea genius. Here, genius is an adjective describing the direct object Andrea. Hence, in this sentence, genius is our object complement. The next sentence, they find her intelligent. Here, intelligent is an adjective that describes the direct object her. Therefore, intelligent is the object complement in this sentence. Let's see one more example. Many consider her amazing and admirable. Here, amazing and admirable are the adjective that describing the direct object her. Thus, amazing and admirable are the object complement in this sentence. Let's recall it one more time, children. Keep in mind, subject complement renames or describes the subject, but object complements adds information about the direct object. Children, that's all about subject and object complements. So, now let's see in detail about this subject complement and object complements. First, let's see what is a complement. Complement are the words added to the sentence to complete an incomplete sentence. Look at the example. The boy seemed, the dog is. So, here the sentences are incomplete sentences. Now you see the sentence. The boy seemed upset, the dog is hungry. To make them complete, we are adding some complement along in the sentence. Let's first see the subject complement. Subject complement, an adjective or a noun that renames or defines in some way the subject, follows the linking verbs which links it to its subject. Look at the example. Joe is a lover of apples. Here, Joe is the subject complement, that is the verb, linking verb is lover. So here, the lover, that is subject complement, which describes about the subject, Joe. So, it is known as subject complement. Look at the next sentence. Joseph's new kite was blue. So here kite is the subject. Subject complement is blue. So here blue is the subject complement that describes the subject kite. So it is known as subject complement. Then look at the next example. The driver seems tired. Here driver is the subject. Subject complement is tired. So tired is the subject complement that describes the subject driver. So it is known as subject complement. Then look at the next example. Another example, he is a good singer. So he is the subject here. Is a linking word. Good singer. Good is the subject complement. So remember, a complement is a noun phrase or adjective or phrase, a single noun or a single adjective. Here is the one more example for subject complement. Look at the example. The box is a present. The box is a present. Subject box is the linking word. A present is the subject complement. Then the box smiles funny. Here the subject box, smiles is the linking verb, funny is the subject complement. It describes the subject. In the first sentence, a present is the subject complement that identifies the subject, the box. In the second sentence, funny is the subject complement. It describes the subject, the box. So here, subject complement that identifies and describes the subject. That is known as subject complement, children. Children, let's see the next complement, that is object complement. As I already told you, an object complement is an adjective, a noun or a phrase that renames or defines in some way the object of the transitive verb, not the subject. So here object complement will not describes and defines the subject. It describes and defines only the direct object. So see the example here. I consider the driver tired. So here tired is the indirect object of the driver. To complement is to enhance or to complete. So complement means to enhance or to complete. So objective complement, a word that comes after the direct object and describes to or renames it. That is known as object complement. So see here, children, a word that follows a direct object to rename it or state what it has become. For example, chocolate makes Tanya happy. Here, the direct object is Tanya. The object complement is happy. And one more example, I found the guard sleeping. Here, guard is the object, direct object, and sleeping is the object complement here. So, the object complement sleeping describes about and renames about the direct object guard. So, it is known as object complement. The next example, we all consider her unworthy. So, unworthy is the object complement here and her is the direct object. So, the object complement unworthy renames and shows the direct object her. So it is known as object complement, children. So that's all from the subject complement and the object complement, children. The next topic we are going to see is gerund. What is meant by gerund? Let's watch a video to explain it. Gerunds. Verbs are very versatile. Versatile means able to adapt. They even act as nouns in sentences. Such verbs are called gerunds. The gerund is the present participle that is used as a noun. Thus, it is made from a verb by adding ing. A gerund ends in ing, but all ing words are not gerunds. For example, her singing was appreciated immensely. Here, singing is used as a noun. It is a gerund. Look at another example. She was singing old film songs. Here, singing is acting as a verb. A gerund can be used as a subject or an object of the main verb in a sentence. It answers the question what. Look at the example here. Swimming keeps me fit. When you ask question with what keeps me fit? Answer, swimming keeps me fit. So here swimming is act as a noun, so it is a gerund. Next sentence, I love swimming or I love to go for swimming. How to make question, what do I love? The answer is swimming. Verbs ending in ing also function as adjectives in sentences. For example, she will be resigning from her highly rewarding job. Here, rewarding is used as an adjective. It is easy to identify a gerund when we identify the main verb first. For example, his drinking day and night was harming his health. Here, was harming is the main verb and drinking is the gerund. Children, let's see in detail about what is a gerund with some more examples. Gerund is a noun ending with ing that has been formed from a verb. For example, thinking, playing, painting, eating, etc. Unlike a normal noun, a gerund can be modified by an adverb and take an object. Carefully painting the fence. Carefully is the adverb, painting is the gerund, the fence is the indirect object here. So gerund means adding ing with a noun that has been formed from the verb. Put here some other example for gerund. As I told you, a gerund is the ing form of a verb used as a subject or object in the sentence. So look at the example for gerund. Running is my favorite form of exercise. We like running. So in these sentences, running is acting as a subject as well as object. Here, look at the next example. It is not a gerund. We are running. Here, what is the mistake? Because running is a verb here. It is not a noun. So, when running is act as a noun, then with ing form, then it is known as gerund. So, a gerund is a noun made from a verb. To make a gerund, you have to add ing to the verb. Look at the examples here. Visiting the real Philip is an exciting experience. I like going to La Punta every summer. The third one, after having lunch, we'll go to Palominos Island. The fourth one is, I go shopping at Mall Ventura Plaza every weekend. So children, gerund is a noun made from a verb by adding ing. The gerund form of verb read is reading. You can also use gerund as subject, complement or object of a sentence. Let's recap what we have discussed in this session, children. First one is transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs are action verbs that have an object to receive that action. Look at the example, I bake some cookies. Here, when you ask question what I bake some cookies. So, cookies is the direct object here for the verb bake and so that the verb is a transitive verb. Moving on to intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs are action verbs, but unlike transitive verbs, they do not have any object to receive the action. So look at this example here. I laugh. So there is no object to receive the verb. So here laugh is the intransitive verb, children. So that's all from the transitive and intransitive verb, children. I think you would have understand what is meant by transitive and what is meant by intransitive verbs. Let's move on to the next one, that is subject and object complement. Subject complement is that an adjective or a noun that renames or defines the some way the subject. In some way the subject follows a linking verb which links it to its subject. So look at the example here. Joe is a lover of apple. So Joe is a subject and lover is the subject complement. So here lover is the subject complement that defines and renames the subject Joe. So it is known as subject complement, children. And the next topic we discussed is gerund. Let's see about gerund. What is a gerund? A gerund is a noun made from a verb by adding ing. The gerund form of verb read is reading. You can also use a gerund as a subject or as a complement or as an object of a sentence. The next one is object complement. A noun or adjective or phrase which adds information about the direct object succeeds the direct object. So see here the example, they call Andrea genius. So here a genius is the object complement for the object Andrea. So children, these are the topics that we have discussed in today's grammar session. Keep it in your mind and do the worksheet which was given to you, children. Complete the worksheet and send your answers in the group.